And if the other person is able to understand, it means you are winning. Never ask yourself while thinking in mind, how's my grammar? How's my pronunciation? Always ask this question to yourself. Is he or she able to understand what I'm trying to say? So this is going to provide you the confidence. Your main purpose is to make other person understand, not to demonstrate perfection throughout the conversation of yours. Hi Shreya, how are you?
I'm fine. What about you?
I'm also doing great. Everything is going flawlessly. And today I'm extremely excited because as we discuss different topics every day, and today's discussion session is going to be something different. As I was conducting a last session, so where a learner he asked me a question that whenever I just try to communicate with the people, even if I'm receiving calls in the interview related calls, and also I get flustered or I get panic whenever I just try to respond to the people in English on call. So I thought that let's include some sort of tips that can help the learner because most of the people they communicate with the people with their boss, employees, and all different people. So somehow we face this kind of problem. So I thought to bring this thing in today's discussion session. So what do you think? It is going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be perfectly great, and they will be learning a lot.
Absolutely.
Whoever watching
So
the video.
yes, absolutely. And what I personally feel that even when I was getting through the situation, so I have also when I was learning this language, so I was taking a mobile phone. Even I was not calling anybody, but I was practicing for the sake of learning this language. So if I have to share some sort of thing, so the first thing that I'm gonna tell you, the opening line that plays an important role because if your beginning is really interesting, if your beginning is strong, so this is gonna provide you the confidence and this is gonna reduce anxiety, stress while speaking. So whenever we are speaking, so our beginning or the opening line should be strong. For example, we can say hello, this is Shreya, I'm speaking, something like that. So this should be strong. What do you think about this, Shreya?
Yeah, I perfectly agree with you on this pointer that there should be confidence and there should be a strong line, a strong beginning line, so that the conversation goes well. And what I also believe in is that I would like to say that a new learner should emphasize on speaking slowly in the phone conversation so that they can be clear about it. As a new learner who is learning this language, obviously they will be worried about if they are going to make any mistakes or such. So it's better to take it slowly as who is an experienced as compared to an experienced English speaker, they can keep their pace as fast as they want. But a new learner should keep it as slowly as they want to. And it's perfectly fine. They might think that, oh, if I'm being slow, if I'm not communicating as fast as the other as the other speaker, so it would be non-attractive or they would mock at me, laugh at me, but it's not like that. It's perfectly fine to be at your own pace and people will understand, and it's all about um, being comfortable. What do you think?
Yeah, that's really an amazing point, and I personally feel that we can also give it a try for the same thing. Whenever you're speaking, so you're getting a call, so you have to respond to the person instantly. So you will be not getting enough time to think, you'll be having very less time to think. So slow down your pace. This is going to be the best solution to reduce our anxiety, and you will be not getting flustered. So this is really an amazing tip that you have included here, and I completely agree with that because mostly whenever I call people and I'm getting call from the people. So I also personally feel the same. So this is going to be the best way. because English is not just about speaking fast. It's about conveying our message accurately. And if I have to say something from my side, we can learn some sort of phrases. We can keep some sort of phrases handy related to conversation. When we are having a conversation on phone call, for instance, we can say that, suppose if you're not able to understand something and you didn't get what the other person is saying, so we can learn some phrases such as, could you please repeat that? I'm not able to understand that. I didn't catch that, something like that. And uh, if the person is asking something, so for the clarification, so we can say, what do you mean by this? Let me make you understand. Let me confirm this, something like that. So while learning about some sort of natural phrases, some sort of phrases that are related to phone calls or phone conversation, we can learn those kind of phrases in order to make our conversation smoother and natural, and we'll be not facing this kind of problem that we are getting stuck and we are thinking what to say next, right? So what do you think about this?
I absolutely agree with you on this point as well, that we should learn some phrases. It makes the conversation smoother, better, and helps to keep the conversation going, as we are connecting through phone call where we can't see each other. Both the speakers are not able to see each other. So it's perfectly fine to learn those phrases so that the communication can be better. And I would like to add that to all the new speakers, new learners of English, that it's okay that before starting a phone conversation or during the phone conversation as well, that take it easy. uh, don't be anxious. As humans, what we do, that we get anxious for small little things as well, and it's perfectly normal for a new learner to get anxious on a phone call. They might overthink a lot, that, oh, I'm making a grammatical mistake, or am I using the correct word or the correct phrase, and what if they laugh at me, or what if they judge me inside their head. I would suggest that don't think about all this. It's perfectly fine to make mistakes. And before starting a conversation through phone call or in person, or during the conversation, breathe as much as you can. Take it easy. Be easy on yourself. No one going to judge you, and uh, speak at your own pace, and be comfortable at the same time. And it's okay to make mistakes, right?
Absolutely. Mistakes are the part of learning, so we don't need to worry about it. As we are having a conversation, we are not seeing each other, right? So definitely we can use some sort of phrases. At the same time, we know we don't need to aim for the perfect English or the perfect grammar. Even if you are making minor mistakes while speaking, so that's completely fine. What is your main purpose? Your main purpose is to convey your message, what you are trying to say. So there will be a clear message. Proper clarity will be there, what you are trying to say. If I'm saying something to you and you are able to understand, it means it's fine, right? And if you're thinking that everything should be perfect, so that we don't need to aim for the perfection. Here we need to aim for our message. There would be a clear message. If the other person is able to understand, that's completely fine. And we can use simple English to make other person understand. If you're not able to use complicated words, so that's completely fine. Use simple sentences. And so the other person can understand. So this is what something I wanted to add here. And if I have to add something more, then I can tell you, suppose you already know that you have applied for any interview and you're going to receive a call. So it's very important to you can take your notes whenever you're talking, and you can prepare some notes or you can write down something so you will not forget anything. So this is also going to be the best way while conversing with the people. Even sometimes I receive calls, so what I do, I just keep my diary, and if any important point that has been discussed in during that phone call, so I just try to write down that so later on I don't forget. So these are some sort of things which I try. So Is there anything new that you can add from your side?
Well, I absolutely agree on this point as well, that we should take notes. If it's totally fine to take notes and during the conversation. And I would like to add that lastly, from my side, it will be that we should put more emphasis on conveying our messages, what we are thinking, right? If a person is asking me through a phone call or in person about uh, asking me a question, I should not put more emphasis on my English, on how will I be saying this, or how will I rephrase or phrase the sentence, right? It's it's okay that if I'm making some grammatical mistakes or I'm mispronouncing a word or two. The more emphasis should be on what I am conveying, what is my message, and that's what is the most important thing, right? What do you think?
Absolutely. Your clarity and message, as I have already mentioned, it plays an eminent role. And if the other person is able to understand, it means you are winning. Never ask yourself while thinking in mind, how's my grammar? How's my pronunciation? Always ask this question to yourself. Is he or she able to understand what I'm trying to say? So this is going to provide you the confidence. Your main purpose is to make other person understand, not to demonstrate perfection throughout the conversation of yours. In the end of this discussion, I would say that if somebody wants to do something extra, so what they can try, just if you have any friend or something, so do practice role play. So this is the best way of enhancing this kind of conversation, where the other person is calling you, and you are playing a role as an HR, and you are playing a role as a candidate who applied for a particular position. So that's how you can develop this skill, and you can feel that situation. So by getting through the situation, you will understand. So these are some sort of things that I just wanted to include in today's session. I hope this information is gonna help the learners to implement whenever they are gonna call anybody, or they are receiving any calls from any company, organization, or any HR, whenever they are getting through any kind of interview or something. So I hope these tips are gonna help the learners. So